Hi, welcome to What the Flick. We're going to do this entire review of Wolverine in our bad Werner Herzog impressions. Would you like that? The Wolverine has claws of adamantium.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Where were you?
Oh, Jean, I'm so sorry. I'll never hurt you or anyone ever again.
Hi, I'm Christy, this is Alonso, that's Ben, and at the end of the table, the lovely Grae Drake, who has seen Wolverine and can contribute many insightful and pithy comments. Wolverine, this is the 6th time Hugh Jackman has played Wolverine.
Yes, it is.
He's played Wolverine more than any other actor has played any other comic book character.
Whoa.
Really?
I read that somewhere, that means it's true. Continue.
Okay, thanks, Internet. All right, so this is based on a very successful and essential Wolverine miniseries of the 80s where he goes to Japan, although not really because here he doesn't even really speak Japanese, which is kind of weird. But anyway, flashbacks, he saves a guy from being nuked in Nagasaki, and then years later that man is on his deathbed and he wants to see Logan one last time. We think to say goodbye, but perhaps for something more nefarious. Take a look.
A man can't run out of things to live for. That day ain't here yet.
So I have to admit that I was not aware of the 4-issue series in which Logan goes to Japan, because I've never read any.
Like the Bad News Bears before him, yes.
Yes. But I think this feels more like a standalone movie than a piece of the X-Men series. I don't think you need to be deeply steeped in X-Men lore to get into this and have fun with this.
And it's also interesting in that this is a superhero movie that's not about the end of the frickin' world, you know? It's like the stakes are smaller, it's almost like a standard action movie, except there's mutant stuff involved in terms of the hoodoo science involved. But it's not a big grand apocalyptic scale, which is a nice change.
Yeah. This was a fantastic choice as a storyline because not only do you have Hugh Jackman 150% committed to that role again, but you've got fantastic samurai action. Like, I can't imagine a better way to kind of reinvigorate the movie that they screwed up last time so bad. Because the action in this and the stunts left me breathless.
The whole scene on top of the bullet train
that.
is breathtakingly spectacular and so inventive.
Do you know what?
We've seen chases on trains a lot in our lives. This is very different.
You know what? Wolverine is the only character that could make James Bond look like a pussy. Like that.
Don't get crazy.
I mean, that train scene, every single moment in this movie I thought was just captivating. I was blown away by it.
Until the ending.
You think?
I'm not a fan of the ending. I think it gets really silly and cartoony toward the end.
I have a couple things here.
Yes.
I mean, I agree with you. Yes, the action's good. There's a lot of fun stuff. Did it not feel like they were going through the checklist of cool Japan things? There's a bullet train, there's a love hotel, there's, ninjas, yeah, exactly. There's practically a Harajuku girl, in the lead. I kept waiting for the panty vending machine. Like, it was literally, they were just going down the line.
I always want that in movies.
Yes, more films need them. The other thing was, where it does get X-Men-y and mutant-y is with this character who starts out as the doctor of the Japanese guy, who then later reveals herself to more nefarious purposes. And that is like the worst actress I think I have seen in, bring in Juliette Danielle from The Room. She would have blown this gal off the stage. She was terrible.
Tear me apart, Lisa.
Yes, Svetlana, I don't even know her name. She's awful, and she single-handedly drags this movie down.
Well, and you know how she's bad? Pleather. She has pleather. It was.
Her outfits do get increasingly hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of campiness to it, but I feel like there was a whole lot of ADR going on with her. It felt very flat and detached emotionally. She's very slinky.
It was everything about her look and her act was so straight to DVD. And this movie that was otherwise, I thought, kind of compelling. I really, really like the character of Yukio, the candy striped, Kool-Aid hair girl, who totally kicks ass, like with a bow and with the swords and everything.
This
I was
is her
like,
first film.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I looked her up. So and her name is
Rila.
I know. Sorry, you
We'll look it
know
out.
out there.
We
You've
don't
got
have
IMDb
the
in front of you.
Ben Mankiewicz
Ben.
might, though. Ben has not seen Wolverine, but can help out by doing
Yes.
some research for us right now.
I was
Pull your weight.
I was doing a little Nagasaki research.
Oh, please do. That's also useful. But I feel like
I
this
hear
is.
the women chew tobacco and the women wiki wacky woo, but that's another story.
This feels like it delves into the same kind of
The Wolverine.
existential crisis that a lot of superheroes do undergo now, but not quite so ponderously and self-seriously. He does have to weigh his mortality here.
Wolverine gets Dark Knighted without it being like the studio saying, hey, you guys, let's redo Dark Knight because that's going to make us a ton of money.
Rila Fukushima is
There you
who
go.
played Yuko. She's
She's
dynamite.
great. She's
I like her a
badass.
lot.
And I actually, that was one of the things I also liked, is this kind of continues the badass ladies of summer vibe, where the two women in this movie hold their own, and I bought it, and I was into them, and I thought that they were more complex than we normally see. And Wolverine, I mean, Hugh Jackman plays off them so well that it made me so excited to see him in this role again. He's the only person that I could think of playing a superhero that makes me like want to hear more about him and who he is, and let's talk about our feelings and all that stuff.
But it's also, besides him looking beautiful, it's beautifully production designed and shot and costumes and all the Japanese splendor. It's beautiful.
The temples and whatnot. The other theme of summer has been the bloodless PG-13 movie.
Right.
You know, where it's PG-13, so it's just violent enough. And I'm sorry, if you've got a movie where the hero's main characteristics are these like super sharp claws that come out of his knuckles, there maybe should be a little more blood. You know,
Like, he'll
call me
stab
crazy.
someone in the torso and then they'll just fall.
Yeah.
And it's implied.
The only, I obviously not seeing Wolverine, I don't know, but the only where they did that surprisingly effectively was World War Z. But that's like the only time that I thought it's been effective, where I didn't feel like we were missing out because we were missing on because we missed on the particular gore.
I'm actually okay with missing out on blood just because, like Psycho School of Filmmaking, I'm kind of into it. I imagined way more blood than I actually saw, and I'm fine with it.
It's not that I'm dying to see blood. It's that I hate these movies.
think you
no,
are,
no. What I don't like is these movies that basically have their entrails and eat it too, which is that they are super violent and people are getting stabbed and shot and falling off of things, and this crazy mayhem is going on, and then there's also no blood, so there's no consequence to
right.
it.
It's not. I could go the rest of my life and not see any more gore, and I would be totally satisfied. But the movies lose an edge, and they lose a degree of realism too. I mean, they create this sort of panic and this mayhem, and then it's given to us incredibly soft. Like, it's okay, it's fine.
It's like watching 10-year-olds play war. You know.
But you know who bleeds in this? And it's actually a plot point, is Wolverine. Because he becomes briefly vulnerable,
yeah.
So.
Genius. It's such a good move. Every single point in this movie, every decision that they made, I thought was fantastic. It was such a, like, I felt the same way walking out of this movie that I felt with that first X-Men film.
Oh, wow.
Which was like, fist strike in the air. They did it. I feel fulfilled as a moviegoer. Yes.
Well,
I loved
please
it.
give us your number, Miss Grae.
I can't think of anything that I would say poorly about this film. 9.2.
Okay, Alonso.
Wow, you know, I almost nudged up a little higher until you said that about X-Men 1, and then I thought, no, you're crazy. So I'm staying with my,
No, Grae,
with
no.
my 6.7. I think this has a lot to offer. It is leagues better than the horrible X-Men Origins Wolverine, but you know, it's one of the better X-Men movies, but there's still things wrong with it.
7.3 for me. I liked it for a long, long time, and then the last third just gets silly. Just silly. Yes, go
Well,
ahead.
my little two contributions here.
Please.
One, James Mangold, the director.
Oh, yes,
we liked
liked Night and Day.
We liked Night and Day.
Nobody else did.
I liked 310 to Yuma. I thought it had a little, but I thought it looked great.
I
thought,
like
yeah,
Lieutenant Yuma a lot. Yeah.
It's fair to say. It's
yeah.
fair to say he knows what he's doing.
The eclectic James Mangold also did Walk the Line and Girl Interrupted.
and heavy. By the way, do not leave
Oh, yeah.
before the credits thing, because there's some major shawarma in this movie. You do not want to miss it.
And we moved the bombing of Nagasaki up 2 days because of weather, and then weather affected it. And then we went up to bomb a city called Kokura. And the cloud cover was so significant, it was like 70-75% cloud cover, that we went to the secondary target, Nagasaki. And I don't know how you guys feel about stuff like this, but I find it like that people's lives and generations changed forever because it was a shitty day. Like I just find it. I don't know. That chills me a little bit.
History has been changed for less.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Thanks for bringing us down, Ben. All right, so our average is 7.7, is 71% on the tomato
Flip
meter.
side, a lot of people in Kukura are like high-fiving each other. So.
7.7 from us on Wolverine. Enjoy. Bye.